Okay, we're going to show you how to make what's called jackfruit potatoes. And jackfruit potatoes are the beans right here from what's called the jackfruit. And this is the jackfruit here. This looks like a sort of like a body. And when I was grabbing out the seeds, you can see here, watch me grab one here. I already grabbed a lot of them out, but they're huge seeds, and you sort of just slide them through and these big huge seeds come out. These are like 40% protein, and there's probably 250 seeds in this jackfruit. And so this jackfruit actually has not only nutritional components to it as far as the sugar and everything else, but it also has this survival bean, which I've already, oh, there's one in there. And you just slide them out. It feels like when I used to do, I used to go ahead and do, not autopsies, but actually anatomy for the medical school. And so that's the last time I felt this sort of weird feeling. That's sort of weird to be able to feel this slime. So here's the beans. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to put them in. I've got some clean water here. I've got it to a boil. Just put it on a simmer. And you put those guys in there. And you can see what I did was I washed the beans really good. You can see that there's not a shell on them in there. I soaked them in fulvic acid for about 20 minutes first, and you can see there's the shell right there on the outside of the screen. And the inside of the beans, they don't have any cadmium coating. You don't want cadmium coating because that's what gives you stomach aches. And I'm going to turn on the timer here. Just going to put it on for 10 minutes. Okay, whoops. You don't have to press go on this one. And we're just going to boil these guys up. I'm going to put in a little bit of my Soleil salt right here. Put in like a teaspoon in here. It just makes them taste better when they boil up like that. So what we're trying to do is really go ahead and actually take the place of potatoes. These are way better than potatoes. The jackfruit, like I said, is a very nutrient-rich food, and we just made this morning with jackfruit. Here's the fermented fruit that I'm making right now, vegetables and fruit, and it's fermenting. And I had part of the smoothie this afternoon, but you can see how this really thick matrix of minerals, beets, mango, lychee, lemon, jackfruit, fulvic acid, silica, maca, chia seeds, turmeric, moringa, spirulina, what else did it have in it? Camu camu, nutmeg. So this is a super, good, dense meal for you to be able to have if you'd like, or you go ahead and use it like I use it. I use it like a Danish, sort of like a Danish on the side of your food there, like a garnish. Okay, so we'll go ahead and show you how this comes out. Just going to boil this for 10 minutes. And put a little bit of ghee butter on there if you'd like, coconut oil. You can put some toasted sesame seed oil right here, or some coconut aminos that we have right here, and or coconut oil right here. These are all the oils. And put an avocado in, and we'll see what else we want to put in there spice-wise. Okay, we'll see you in a second. Timer just went off. 10 minutes right now. And here's our beautiful beans. Look at those. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to strain them out. There we go. And get the water out of there. And like I said, this was about a 15-pound jackfruit, and me putting my hands in there felt like I was, and it looks like a spinal cord. It felt like I was in, touching like flesh, and it is. This is the flesh of the fruit, and you can see the fruit. Look at this thing. This thing's like a super alien. Okay, so here we go. I got the beans in the Vitamix. Here's my chamomile flowers. I'm going to have a little bit of a little tea tonight. That'll put me to sleep real well. If you haven't tried those before, those are really good to sleep with. Whole chamomile flowers, organic. We have those at Earth Shift. So I'm going to put in a half a dropper of fulvic acid because I'm going to put some oils in here. And the oils that I want to put in here, I want them to congeal and I want them to come together. I'm putting 10 drops of the magnesium concentrate, a cap full of the living silica. I'm putting 2 tablespoons of triple blend seaweed, a teaspoon of raw organic spirulina. This is all from Earth Shift, everything here. I'm going to put in about a half a teaspoon of Soleil salt, and that's in our misto sprayer, so I'll just spray it out. It's liquid salt. I'm going to use, instead of ghee tonight, you can use ghee or coconut oil, or both if you'd like. I'm going to use coconut oil tonight. I'm going to put a big heaping tablespoon of that in there. And I'm going to put a half a teaspoon of the turmeric extract and 1 tablespoon of toasted sesame seed oil and a heaping teaspoon of maca and a teaspoon of chlorella. Now, here's my spice area, and lemon always goes along with oils. Anytime you use oils, you always use lemon. So I'm going to squeeze in this, actually this is a lime. We're going to squeeze in a whole lime and grind out as much as we can. I'm going to put in a 1/4 teaspoon of cumin, 1/4 teaspoon of curry, 1/4 teaspoon of Italian mix, all organic, and a 1/4 teaspoon of smoked paprika. This flavor is super, super, super good. And you can put black pepper if you like on top, if your stomach's not bothering you, or use cayenne. I like the spice, but this little combination right now, I'll show you, and I'll whip it up first right now. And you just, if you have to, you can use raw milk if you'd like. You can use almond milk. You can use some type of a non-dairy creamer or just regular milk. This makes the substitution just like you would have mashed potatoes. So, okay, let me show you. I'll come back. Here's my ingredients that I just put in. You can see I've got the half a teaspoon. You can use a 1/4 teaspoon if you'd like. I like a lot, so I put a 1/4 teaspoon of the smoked paprika in. I put the Italian mix, half a teaspoon. I like a lot of that. I put a half a teaspoon of organic curry and a half a teaspoon of organic cumin. I like a lot of spices because the spices are good for you. And we also used a half a teaspoon of turmeric extract, which is probably about a half a pound of turmeric. And the triple blend seaweed, this is going to make it taste really super good. And I put a big, you can see that big piece of coconut oil right there. That's what that is. Big, huge, like, you know, I put 2 tablespoons in. So I'm going to blend this up, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, I just turned it on right now. Just turn it on slow. Buzz her up. Okay, this one's a little dry, so we're going to add some water to it. Just like that. Usually, if you want to, you could add milk. I'm just going to add some water to it. A little thick. And here we go. I just had a little bite, and the liquid at the bottom here, that's because I just washed out the blender because I don't like to waste any, but you can see how nice and thick everything came up beautifully. Oh my gosh. So let me show you. Taste. That was so good. Oh. Someone calling me. Okay, anyways. That's the jackfruit bean protein, and that is beyond 10 times better than any type of mashed potatoes you can get. So, all right, someone's leaving me a message. Okay, there we go. Jackfruit, super protein. You can use this like hummus, crackers. You can put this on a veggie burger. You can put this on top of a salad. and it tastes just super good. Have another bite. It's going to be my dinner tonight. There's nothing I have to do to that. I don't have to season it. I may put a little spice on it, but other than that, that is so good. Creamy. It's got all the flavors in it. The spirulina, the chlorella, the triple blend seaweed. I put a lot of coconut oil, member, in there. Oh, I also put in our non-soy sauce. We call it the soy sauce alternative. Okay, this is our company makes this here, and it's made from coconut nectar, and there's no soy sauce, gluten, MSG, non-GMO, and you put that in there also, and that makes it taste really super good. Okay, that's it. And that's my jackfruit super meal of the evening. And again, look at this thing. That looks like a spinal cord right there, and the flesh is just really weird. But jackfruit is like, it's bubblegum. That's where bubblegum flavor comes from. Jackfruit. And you talk about a prolific plant, you know, this one fruit, this big ovary, has about 250 of those seeds in there, and you can put one seed in the ground and you wind up getting a plant that'll give you another 100 big jackfruits on it, and you can survive off this food. So this is a survival food. One last look at it. You get the flesh, and you can eat every part of this. You can even eat the skin and everything. It's all medicinal, pharmacological, and nutritional. And then you can wind up making mashed potatoes. So this is a pretty incredible fruit. One last taste. That is so good, though. All right. That's got more protein than a steak in it. So, okay. Aloha, and we'll see you.
Important reminder: all information and ideas are for informational purposes only and are in no way intended as medical advice or as a substitute for medical counseling. Earthshift Products, Dr. Robert Cassar, all of their partners, affiliates, and subsidiaries will not be held accountable for the use or misuse of the information presented therein. This information is not intended as medical advice. The authors, publishers, and speakers of this work are not medical doctors and do not recommend the use of mineral-deficient foods, drugs, or medicines to achieve beauty and to alleviate health challenges. Because there is always some risk involved, all persons involved with the development and distribution of this information are not responsible for any adverse effects or consequences of any kind resulting from the use or misuse of any suggestions or procedures described on our website or Earthshift Live radio talk show or therein.